Sound check real quick. Let's see if the sound works. Let me check this. Working? Are you working?
Sound check.
Yes, sound check is working. Hello, everybody. I know it's last minute kind, and it's probably super late for some of you guys on the East Coast. It's like 1:30 at night. Some other guys on the West Coast is probably like 8. But I wanted to share this, guys, this stuff with you guys. Alpha 9, what's up? Ricardo, aloha. And I got myself a FPV system drone, the new one that is going to release tomorrow. So it should be on its way by tomorrow. And I wanted to share my thoughts and my concerns about it at some point. It is, after all, $1,600 that I spend based on the Fly More combo that I bought. And I found a good article about it on Tom's Guide that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me pull it up right here. There you go. So it said over here, there were a lot of leaks already. There were a lot of good YouTube videos that show already what comes in the box and what it looks like and all that stuff. But just to show that I'm not just an Autel fanboy, I'm a drone fanboy in general. So just to show you guys, as you guys can see right over here, the drone itself doesn't really look that huge, because when you consider that the goggles are like right here, and the goggles are actually pretty big. This thing is maybe twice the size of the goggles, and it's probably way lighter than the goggles itself. I bought the Fly More combo to have more propellers. I bought the Fly More combo to have more battery life. And I don't know jack about flying FPV at all. So that is what's going to make it super authentic. And we have Eric Hill in the house. What's up, Eric? Aloha from Toledo, Ohio. What's up, my man? And yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of concerned about the whole thing. What I found out about it so far when I researched it is pretty much that you have 3 modes. You have the S mode, which is the standard mode, or super mode, whatever, where it lets you fly FPV in a certain way, but still with some sort of GPS controlling and sensors controlling. It does have the N mode, which is, I think, the novice mode, where it's just regular GPS control. It's supposed to have 4K 60 FPS. And then there's the M mode, which is the manual mode. And the manual mode itself lets you do whatever. Pretty much, I think it's going to let you crash it. So based on that, when I looked at it, this is what the combo kit is probably going to look like. with that brand new controller. And when I looked at the pricing and stuff, the drone itself seems to be running around 400 to 500 bucks, because the goggles itself is the V2 goggles. The good part about that is if you really want to jump into FPV at a later point and you pick up a different transmitter, and you're going to be able to utilize this because it's the digital system. So any FPV that you want to build afterwards, which I think they run around $250 to $300 with their own remote control, and I mean with their own system, the flight controller and all that stuff. So you're going to be able to actually utilize these goggles afterwards for have really good control for FPV, which is good, which I like. And that's the reason why I picked up this whole kit, just in case I really destroy this drone, which I don't hope. But anyways, let's see what we have in the chat right here real quick. Let me remove this. We have Adrian. What's up, my man? Aloha. Alpha Non. I heard. Alpha said, I've heard it's a great way to get into FPV, like training wheels. Then the goggles should work with the other FPVs when you're ready. And that is pretty much the reason why I bought this system. And I picked it up just to show, because it's authentic. I have never, ever flown FPV in my life. Like, I have looked at it, and I actually hooked up with that very same person, Wendell Austria. He resides here in Hawaii, and he's been flying drones for over 20 years. He's been building drones way before GPS drones even became famous, before DJI even took over the market, did everything. And I asked him, I texted him, and I told him, hey, you're a seasoned FPV drone pilot. Is it okay that I utilize you for a look if, once you fly it in that manual mode, if it really does what a real FPV drone does? And that's, I think, is one of the best comparisons right there that I can have. Plus, he has the goggles of the V1. So I'm going to try see if those V1 goggles actually are compatible with that new drone. And I am pretty excited for it, to be honest. But I'm also concerned because it's $1,600. Okay, the drone is like probably $400, $500. But then there's also the refresh plan, where you can probably buy the refresh plan, and then a couple months down the road, they're going to offer it, and then they're going to see, oh, okay, this is how it goes. For me, and for the future of this channel, the DJI FPV system is going to be part of my series, just like I did with the Autel. I wanted to share that with you guys in this last-minute stream. And I'm actually pretty excited that you guys actually came by. So we have Lone Star UAV. What's up, my man? How you doing? I just seen you in Original Dobo's chat. I tried to have him invite me to his live stream, but I wanted to have a beer with him, congratulating him to his 40,000 subscribers, which is huge, huge achievement. Aloha, Michael S. Back to Pearl Harbor, my friend. Just here showing love. I appreciate that, Adrian. Please smash that thumbs up for the stream. Thank you very much. I thank you all for that. Midwest says, I'm ignorant when it comes to FPV. Looking forward to seeing how well you transition into that world. Yeah, like I said, I haven't done FPV at all, like ever. I have witnessed it once for like maybe 15 seconds while Wendell Austria was flying it, one of the guys that also watches my channel. And I'm pretty excited to see what he has to bring as an opinion to it, because he does FPV flying and he's really good at it. He has drones that can go 160 miles per hour. You know what I mean? And that is crazy, because I don't think this drone is going to be that fast, but I'm happy that it won't be that fast, because that will just shorten my lifespan on that drone. Because I guarantee you, I'm pretty reckless once in a while. So excited to see what you can capture on the island. Yeah, I found a lot of good spots. And when I was going around on this island, I was actually going around for all these FPV pilots that I made friends with on YouTube, which is included people like Original Dobo and Dad Random. They all fly FPV, and I have never really looked into FPV. So when this system came out from DJI, I was like, should I really risk it? And then I figured, you know what? I'll just do it. And so I spent $1,600. I just paid for it the other day, and it's supposed to be going out tomorrow. I bought it from DroneWorks. Zachman hooked me up. And within the next couple of days, I will be receiving that bad boy. And once I do, I definitely going to keep all of you guys in the loop, because you guys are going to see the transition that will be there. I will be first doing the, it's probably unnecessary, but I'm going to do a short about it, the unboxing part. So pretty much like what comes with it. Most people probably know already what comes with it, but this is going to be official. So it's going to be an official boxing. There's no more guessing around, oh, this is what I found on the shelf. Might have changed during the last several weeks. So I'm going to do that real quick unboxing part, because unboxing videos are super boring. right after that one, I'm going to jump into it once I'm done, finish uploading, charging all my batteries and stuff. I will be jumping into getting into using this bad boy. And while I do that, I will document all that stuff for you guys on video. I will capture it all on video. And I will try out all these modes. I will probably just start like everybody else. Currently, I'm debating if I'm going to try first to go with a simulator and find a good simulator and maybe hook up that controller that comes with it if I'm going to be able to utilize that controller with a simulator to get used to what this drone might be able to do. But since I don't know if this DJI drone is going to do what every other FPV drone is going to do, I'm not quite sure if I want to spoil my experience with that whole thing. I might be expecting something that this drone can't do. So that is kind of like my part where I'm concerned about it. What else did I get myself into? Well, let me share the screen some more. We have the controller. In this part, the controller costs $300. This is the old controller based on the DJI FPV remote controller. So based on the article that I've seen, the controller looks like this. So it's going to look different. Probably has the same type of functions, but it looks more like an Xbox or PS4 controller. Since I play PS4 a lot, it might be easy for me to utilize that controller. Okay. There were, like I said, a lot of good videos out there already. These ones are the goggles. They look kind of crazy. I'm only used to seeing these goggles based on Dad Random's channel. I've seen Dad Random's channel, and he utilizes it to put on his logo, on his duckling, and all that stuff. And I actually have him actively seeing him using it. So I'm looking forward to these goggles actually to use it and actually to have my first FPV experience. Plus, I'm going to try to see if it actually works on the Autel Evo 2, if I can sync it up somehow, if it works on my DJI Mavic Mini, that I might be able to use it with that. But so far, I'm spoiled from this bad boy, which is most of you guys know it, the Triple Tech tablet. And that tablet is a bangers. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my video yet, check it out. It's totally awesome. I did a live stream about it, and I did a video about it as well. I'm going to make a head talk video about it as well. And I'm working currently on a commercial just to say thank you for these guys for letting me use it. So back to the FPV. If you look at this drone, it looks kind of futuristic. There's a camera in the front that is like the double axis kind of thing that goes upwards, and it's going to show you. I'm really looking forward to it to see what type of video quality comes out of it, because it says that it's 4K 60 FPS, which is pretty good. 4K 60 FPS, when you look at it, I think that's pretty impressive. I just want to know if those propellers might be in the way. You know how some FPV drones have the propellers in the screen? I hope that's not the case in this part. So all that stuff that I'm going to be capturing, I will be sharing with you guys on my channel. Besides that, there were also like a lot of unboxing videos on this part already. But like I said, once this stuff comes into me, I'm going to be looking forward to it. So based on that, these FPV goggles itself cost $569, which is the V2 that it comes with. And the remote controller that is probably running around the same price, which is like $300. I think that the drone itself is probably going to cost about $400 to $500. So in comparison to FPV drones, I think that's a little bit higher, but it also has that whole GPS quad characteristics. You know, it has all these other possibilities. You can't have an FPV drone that does the GPS stuff unless you know how to fly it, just like a GPS. You got to be a really good pilot. For me, I want to answer the question, is it really good entry level into FPV system if you want to come and want to start doing FPV? I want to see if it's worth your money to spend either $1,200, I think it's like $1,300 for the non-fly mode combo and $1,600 for the fly mode combo. And I want to see if it's worth the money for you to spend, because people, $1,600 is a lot of money. I literally just sacrificed my tax returns for it. So, and that is the only reason why I was able to afford this. I would not be able to just buy it just like that. You know, we all know how COVID-19 has affected everybody else's life. So let's see. Ricardo said it should be a nice journey and learning curve. Yeah, I hope so too. I really hope so, because so far what I have been flying here was my first drone was the Parrot Anafi, which was a very static, nimble, agile drone, and I crashed it a lot. And I actually had 3 of these, and I fixed it up how many times. I still fly it, and I still do crazy stuff with it. Stuff that I don't want to do with any of these. The DJI Mavic Mini is my workhorse for tight spaces that I utilize, and it's just a GPS quad as well. And then my Autel Evo 2 Pro is my absolute holy grail to me, because the quality of the image itself and the videos itself that it captures, and the low light bombing capabilities that it has, it's a must for me to fly this drone. And I clocked over, what are we at now, 1,600 flights. I'm over 2,400 miles with this bad boy, and I totally love it. I am a total fan of the Autel Evo 2 Pro, and now I have the DJI FPV system coming in, so which is gonna be the new add-on to this stuff, and that's kind of crazy. So I hope definitely that it's gonna be a good learning curve for me. We need to bring you onto our stream sometime. Yes, I definitely want to be on your guys' stream. I want to be on everybody's stream. I tried to hijack Original Dove's stream today. It didn't work. Yeah, Ricardo, crash and learn. If I crash this new drone and I'm going to break something, my wife is going to divorce me. She's going to keep me out and want to be sleeping on a couch, I think. My brother, it's almost 11 p.m. here, so I'm time for bed. Yes, I appreciate you coming by and showing some love, leaving it here. The Triple Tech guy provides awesome support. Yes, that's what I've been hearing. Triple Tech tablet itself, it's amazing. So to get back to that DJI system, why did I buy it? Well, because there's a trend going on right now that a lot of people are going to FPV. You look at a lot of the big boys that, including people like FlightPath, that actually have been trying FPV, and they have been starting to get into it. Original Dobo, Ken, has dedicated his time to it, and he has learned so much. He's like a total nerd in that whole thing. He knows everything. He knows how to build it. He knows how to fix it. He knows how to program it. Those are all things I don't know at all. Like I'm a total noob in that. I do not know how to do any of that stuff. And the thing is about it that I figured, since everybody was talking about it, it might be something that people are going to be interested in to see, is this really the system that DJI just released? And when you look at it, DJI is one of the monopoly of drone manufacturers. They always come out with pretty good stuff. I mean, look at the Mavic Mini, and look at the Mavic Mini 2, which is pretty much the same body, but it has the capability of the Paradigm Alpha. Yeah, the sensor size is smaller, but the imaging is still freaking good. I mean, for when you look at videos and stuff that some people shoot with the Mini 2, it's great. So DJI does produce some really cool products, and they're a monopoly, and they have a lot of products to back them in case that stuff backfires on them. And I don't know, that whole refresh program and stuff, if that's going to be worth it, because when you look at it, the drone is going to be like $400, $500. That's why I said the good part is you getting the goggles with it, and you can transfer over to regular FPV, digital FPV. So if you have somebody on hand like I do, I'm lucky that I have somebody like Wendell Austria who will actually be helpful for me, because he builds his drone for like 20 years. He knows what to do. He knows what frequency to use. He knows where to solder things, and he knows where to get the body parts and stuff. He lives in Hawaii, so he has all that stuff already. So that's going to be a great stuff for me. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also concerned because, like I said, it's a lot of money. And if I crash it, then I just sank $400, $500 into the ground. It's like buying a brand new Mini 2 that can just do everything. And then all of a sudden, poof, into thin air. And I'm trying to avoid that, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand that I have nothing to do with FPV at all. I never did, and I don't know nothing about it either. So, and I will document all my baby steps that I will be doing through it. And so, yeah, that's why I made the stream, and it was a last minute stream, and it was a quick one. I just wanted to get that out there. What did I get myself into? Yeah, I got myself into something that I think you guys are gonna like, and I think that you people are gonna appreciate, based on that, that you're gonna be able to figure out if this is really something for you or not. So unless you guys have any other questions, I appreciate the people that came. I know it's super late for you guys, and I appreciate you guys deeply. I receive a lot of love, and we are currently up to like 2,700 subscribers already, and I'm stoked. I'm like, I never checked it for like weeks, and then all of a sudden I came back and I had like 300 more subscribers, and I'm like, oh, where did all these come from? So I really love my work. I really love what I do, and I will stick to what I do, and that's simply non-biased reviews. And even though I get products sent, like for an example, this Triple Tech, be rest assured that anytime a company sends me products, that those products will be non-biased review, even though they send it to me. Because I turned down, my list is currently, I think, about 50 companies that I turned down already based on that they wanted to pay me and they wanted to send me products, but I would have to follow their script or their guidelines. And I didn't want that. And I don't like that. And that's the reason why I think this growing in my channel is happening, because people want to know honest answers. And for those of you who don't know, the reason why I started this based on this review stuff is because I fell victim to the influencers. I fell victim to influencers on YouTube that were huge channels that promised that this product is amazing. And I bought products based on that, and they totally sucked. And I was out of money for like $400, $500. And I was like, oh, this sucks. So I took it upon myself that I really, really researched my items first before I even pick them up. Or if I do pick them up based on like this DJI FPV system, nobody knew nothing about it. But because of that, I literally just went inside there and I said, hey, I'm going to buy this. And I want to make sure that nobody else is wasting $600 if it's total trash. So Bob says, what happened here? Bob says, do you do inspection work with the drone to put that much time and miles on it? Yes, I do. I do that, but I fly it a lot of times too, like just for fun. I fly a lot of times. I fly just for fun, and the reason why I put so many miles on it too is because I fly the path of the shot that I want to do a couple times in like super slow precision mode. I try it out first until I go it back and forth. So sometimes the shot I do the shot 4 or 5 times before I even really accept the fact that, okay, this is, I think I have something here, because I want to make sure that that shot is perfect. You know, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the word cinematic, but a really beautiful shot. And that's the reason why I get a lot of mileage on it and I fly a lot, because sometimes I just drive around and I have the drone with me, and then all of a sudden I realize, that looks really awesome. I wonder how it looks like from the sky. Then I look when what airspace I'm at. I do a quick inspection on my drone, which I usually do already before I pack it up. And then I know already that everything's all right. And that's the reason why I got a lot of miles and a lot of flights on it. And simply, I mean, I have this drone already over 8 months or 7 months now. So I got it June 11th, I think I got it, or June 8th or something like that. I got it. So since June 8th of last year, I'm owning this drone. And that's the reason why I have so many miles on it. Plus, I did a lot of videos. I mean, look at my Autel series. My Autel series currently has like, what, 40 videos, 41 videos, something like that. Yeah, artistic, creative commercials. Yeah, I always try to make it visually appealing. That's pretty much how you can call it. Can I ask a question about triple? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man. What's your question, my man? I'm gonna just wait a second until he type out the question. But I know there's also a 20-second delay in the video in the chat, so just gotta hang on a little bit. But yeah, you can ask any question. You can ask a question about the Autel, the DJI, the Parrot. It doesn't really matter. This is like just a quick video, just like that. Okay, Eric says, does the Triple Tech feel balanced and comfortable with the Skyfire mount? The best answer that I can tell you right here, right now, is yes. I have it right here. You see this? There's barely any. I'm holding it just like this, and there's barely any force on the legs, on the arms right here. You can see. Can you see it like this? Yeah, there you go. So I think it's really balanced. I like it. I like it like this. I set it up this way. I also have a couple more mounts coming in that Skyfire has produced for this Triple Tech tablet that they want me to try out, and I definitely going to make a video about it too, including these ones. And I think it's balanced really good, because I usually hold it in front of me like this, so I have my fingers on the top. The antennas are downwards this way, and I mean, I drop it down on the ground. You see, it's solid. It stays there. Let me turn this off. So right here, you see that? So it's not gonna fall over or anything. I really like it. And I think it does feel good. Even though this thing is over a pound and a half, or a pound and 12 ounces or something like that, it is a heavy tablet. But I am so spoiled from this thing that I don't even want to fly my phone, because it's simply because of the brightness. I could stand in a bright sun at noon, and it's like literally white. It's really bright, and I still could see the screen. While with my phone, it was on full blast, and I could not see anything, even though I was going like this, and I throw some shadow on it. I couldn't see anything. That's the reason why I love this. And plus, it's third-party app available, so you can download anything from the Google Play Store, as long as you have Wi-Fi. And I actually figured out how to use the SIM card, so I actually took it out of my phone, which is I'm Verizon, so I'm subscribed to Verizon. And with Verizon, I just took out the SIM card on the top, used one of their one of Triple Tech's small mounts that they have, threw the SIM card inside there, put the SIM card in the tablet, and I could use it as a phone. It worked immediately. There was no big updates, no nothing. It just simply said, "Oh, configuring the SIM card real quick." It took like 30 seconds. Boom, done. I could use my WhatsApp. I could use my phone. I could use my text messaging. I could use my internet, everything, and all the rates and data and all that stuff applies to this. And I have unlimited data on this, so there's no problem whatsoever. So I wouldn't even need my phone, because usually when I was going around in the beginning to review this, I put a hotspot on my phone, then I connected via Wi-Fi over that, and you can totally erase that if you know that today is the day that I'm going to be going out and I'm going to be using the Triple Tech tablet by just throwing the SIM card inside there, because you can still receive phone calls and stuff on it. It's just on the phone calls, you have to put it into speaker, otherwise you're not going to be able to talk to anybody. Ricardo says, no, I meant the influencer YouTube guys slanging product reviews and hooking people into buying crap. Yes, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, okay, the artistic creative commercials. Yes, that is correct. They do that a lot, and it's actually very appealing to watch their stuff. But some influencers are really into making money. So when they try to hook you up and sell you something, of course the product gonna look great, and they're gonna make it look great. That's the reason why they influence us. But I want to be a different type of influencer. I want to be an influencer where people can trust. I'm putting my name out there. I'm putting my face out there. I'm putting, this island's small. So if anybody come to this island, guarantee somebody's gonna know me. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to sell you something that's total crap. So I'm going to be reviewing the hell out of it, and I'm going to tell you honestly what I really think of it. And that's going to be in an artistic way, but at least it's going to be honest. It's up to you if you want to trust it. But so far, I haven't let people down, I believe. There were some people that had bad experience with the Autel Evo 2, and you all always have that. You're going to have a few people who are going to be mad about the Triple Tech Pro, that they don't like it for whatever reason. Some people are never satisfied. But I will not be that guy when I try it out that is total rubbish, and I say, oh, this is a great product, just buy it because I'm going to get percentages on it. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I have Amazon affiliate links, but they are only for products that I support. And as long as I support them, yeah, I know, right? Jake's Drone Life. What's up, Jake? Yeah, I know everybody's live streaming. I seen Sean Oz was on. He's doing a live stream right now with Jake Sloan, then had Original Dobo earlier. And I just went on the, for the night owls out there. I was like, I got myself the DJI FPV system. I just want to talk to you guys about it a little bit. Pocho on the loose. What's up, my man? How you doing? Aloha. And then Ricardo said, more smart modes and a record mission planner. Yes, I hope so too. For the Autel Evo 2, I definitely hope that they're going to come up with more. I'm still waiting for a firmware update because I still have the issue that I cannot calibrate my drone. I cannot calibrate my gimbal. It still keeps telling me that it's shaking, and I'm like, what? So I was like thinking to myself, is it shaking because the fans are running? The IMU is being affected by it. There's so many things that I came up with, but so far I've been able to work around it. I just adjust the gimbal, and then some shots that come a little bit off balance or off tilt. With the tilted horizon, I work them in post, and then I just fix that. But I'm not willing to send it in. Autel offered me to send in my drone and have them take a look at it, but it wasn't a problem until the firmware 2.518. So I will wait until the next firmware. If the problem still persists, then I still have time to send it in, because I think they're going to come up with a new update before June. If not, then I'm going to send it in, because then the 1-year warranty is almost up there. So Ricardo said, no firmware update today, only the app. Yeah, I know. Yeah, same issues here too. Okay, so I'm not the only one. And then waiting patiently, just like me, I'm waiting patiently on that update. And I'm totally stoked. We have like 18 people watching. We have like 14 likes. I totally enjoy that. You guys are awesome. So if you guys don't have any other questions, ask anything. I'm still going to be here around for a few minutes if you guys want. If you have any other questions regarding whatever drone, the tablet, the new FPV system. Like I said, for those of you guys who tuned in later, let me see. Pull this up real quick. I picked up. Oh, yeah. What did I just click? I picked up the FPV drone system. So this is the FPV drone system that I picked up, and I found this on Tom's Guide. So it's going to look like pretty much like this. I actually expected that the drone is going to be bigger until I started watching some FPV. I mean, some videos where it says it leaked, and I looked at the drone. Oh, the thing actually looks pretty small. So it's probably twice the size of the goggles. So if you know the size of the goggles, you're pretty much going to know the size of the drone. How's that guy that got hit in the head? Concussion. No, he did not suffer a concussion. He had a nice Icon airframe on his head. So we had the idea. I had the idea to, the William Tell story where the guy shoots the apple off the head with the crossbow. I told him, "Oh, put a can on your head. I'm going to fly it off him and parrot off you." Lucky thing he put the freaking helmet on, because that drone hit the helmet so hard. It bounced that can off, and then it hovered right up the butt. It was funny as hell, and he did not suffer any injuries. So now there's a time-lapse orbit mode in 1.9.10. Yeah, I seen that too, because when you go for the regular time-lapse and you keep moving the stick, it and you watch the time-lapse afterwards, and you just wasted 20 minutes up in the air with the battery doing it, and then you put it into your program to stitch all those images together. It's like really fast. It turns around really quick. So that's like, what the hell, guys? So how many batteries you get? You mean on my Autel or on this new FPV system? I think the FPV system, the Fly Mode combo, comes with 4 total. 1 in a drone, 3 extra. I might be wrong though. It might be 3, just 3. So yes, all of a sudden a bunch of guys are popping Evo 2 videos. Yes, I've seen that. I even when you are a member of so many Autel groups like I am, I follow it a lot to see what people have problems with, to address those issues, or even try it out for myself. And then I contact Autel, even if you guys don't know, but I call them a lot. Even if I see that there's a problem with somebody, because some people, they always look for validation on social media instead of contacting Autel. So when I see that and I know that they haven't contacted Autel, then I just make like it's my problem, and I call Autel and I'm going to tell them, "Hey, guys, I have this problem right now," and they're telling me, "You're having a lot of problem with your drone," and I tell them, "No, I actually read it on social media. I just wanted to know the answer. Do you know it?" And then they know already. So I try to address it for everybody. I try to find out the most, and I try to be as helpful as I can on social media as well. So Jake says, "Well, still not having any issues with my Mavic Air 2. Laugh out loud. Sorry, had to." Hey, it's so good. It's so good. It's all in the drone nation, my man. We are all droners. You know what I mean? So, let's see. We have still 19 people. So somebody said, "Oh, Jake says, I bought an Evo 1 and damn, it's a mess." For real? Libes, my Evo 2P scared the crap out of me Saturday. I headed up in the air 100 yards away, and the video feed went dead. Full telemetry, and it responded to the controls, came back home. Yeah, it did that. It used to do that to me back then on my phone. I don't know what was wrong, but it was one of the softwares where every time my phone would just shut down, and then all of a sudden, losing connection, whatever. I couldn't see the screen, no nothing. So I disconnected my phone and I switched it over to the controller screen, the display on the controller. So I utilized that. So as soon as I did that, everything was good, But then afterwards, I realized it was a firmware issue. They fixed it, and then after that, I didn't have that no more. So far, knock on wood, I haven't had any of those things. Lee said, "I did a screen capture of it in a second time. I'm going to post it in the Autel Facebook group to see if anybody has any ideas." Sounds good. Telemetry is going to help a lot with that too, but I think the people who can help you the most with it is if you have maybe the flight records. I don't know. Is there a log file for this whole Autel thing that you can send to Autel maybe? Okay, let's see. What is the best part of this channel for you? The best part of this channel for you, my friend, is that I can interact with so many people and I meet so many other people. And plus, I can help. That's pretty much the best thing that is for me. I like to help people. I like to help people make a decision based on info that I can give them. that I can try things out. And of course, I can fly my drone into my best friend's head. And he's cool with it. So yeah, that's pretty much like the best things that are there for me in that channel. So the channel itself it's like an outlet for me based on my all day job that I gotta do. It's one of the reasons why I probably cannot get burned out of it. And I can't get burned out from YouTube because it's not my job. You know, it's something that I like to do, and it's something that I can help you guys with. You know, that people are actually gonna understand. Oh, this guy's actually honest about his stuff. You know, it's just, there's only a few people who are really honest about their stuff on YouTube, especially once they start seeing money coming in. So I've had my Air 2 since day one. It has been released, and no issues with my batteries at all. That's great, man. The display on the controller didn't work either for me. Ooh, yeah, that's like one of those, check your drawers afterwards, because that's, as soon as you lose control of any of that stuff and you lose sight of anything, it's that stuff. It kills me when that happens. Good, a number have melted. Bat MOSFETs and the batteries in a certain lot. Ooh. Yeah, so far, knock on wood, I didn't have no problems with my batteries, no nothing. So I'm hoping that all these batteries that come in with this new DJI system, which I think in the FPV mode is supposed to last you for like 15 minutes, and in the regular GPS mode is supposed to last you like 25 minutes or up to 30 minutes, which is still a lot. You know, like it's really a lot. Yeah, it's actually it's 22 now watching, so it's. I didn't even mean to make it this long. It's like it's been over half an hour already, but apparently people want to watch this. So it's because you're the Evo 2 Pro Sensei, the master. No, I'm not. I'm not. I have to tell you that I'm not the Evo 2 Pro Master. I popped out a lot of videos. I did 40 something videos, the goods, the bads, everything, and the accessories. And right now I'm working on a video where it shows the ultimate setup for my Autel Evo 2, which took about seven months to get it all together, based on companies contacting me, based on reviewing stuff for people, and based on trial and error, buying certain accessories. I mean, you guys seen some of the straps that I picked up to mount stuff on the top. They were total rubbish. They almost cost me my drone. Then we have, of course, the propeller strap, which is an amazing piece of equipment that holds your propellers safe. These propellers, if you believe it or not, right over here, have over 650 flights on them and almost 800 miles. So, and they're still super solid, and it's really, they're like stiff as hell, like day one. So I haven't clipped anything with it. I haven't done nothing to it, and it's been great. So I'm still not using the new low noise props. So, but to get back to that DJI FPV system, that is what I got myself into, and I'm actually looking really forward to it. And I'm hoping that this system is not going to let me down, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to give you guys an idea. Is this really a step forward into FPV for me? Or is this actually a step forward for anybody who wants to get into FPV? Because like I said, I don't know jack about FPV. I don't know nothing about it. You know? Jake says, shoot, yes, you are Evo 2 Pro. It's all your swag, bro. Well, it's my swag. It's my workhorse too. Yeah, my Autel Evo 2 Pro is my workhorse. It does a lot, and I totally love the image quality. You know, I can't not say nothing about it. Exactly my point. Enough said. Michael Ash says, do you post your photos from your drones anywhere? I actually do. I post them sometimes on my Facebook, sometimes on my channel, on my community tab, and sometimes on Facebook groups as well. But not as much as I should probably. But I'm not so much into photography either. So I'm not a big photography kind of guy. I do a lot of videos. So when you look at my channel, you're gonna realize that I'm doing a lot of videos and a lot of video material. So photography was never really my thing, and yeah, I think photography is just it's just a split image out of a whole happening, and that's probably why I don't like it, you know. And I've never really been good at it. I always had the eye for the video, how to get things across, and that's one of the things with this FPV system. As far as I know, this is just the FPV system itself only has a 2-axis gimbal on it, where the drone, or 1-axis even, where it just goes like it's always straight. So, but you still have that tilt for the FPV. So I'm kind of like interested into the sensor size and the image quality of this drone. Plus, because it's so nimble and agile, I'm wanting to know if it has a lot of vibration in it once you start doing your crazy stuff or the manual mode. I'm not sure if it does power loops. I don't know if it does flips. I have no clue. Like I said, I don't know jack about FPV. So I do not know what this drone is capable of. And I will be trying it out first in the regular mode. I will hopefully switch over to that more secured mode where it sort of lets you do certain things like FPV, but still has the sensors and everything. And I think there's like something like somebody posted on social media that there's a certain button you press if you think you're losing control of the drone and the drone is going to level itself out. It's going to hover. I don't know how that's going to work out, but hey, it's technology these days. And then in the manual mode, I'm probably going to enter that at a later level. But like I said, I'm going to document all that stuff via video, and I'm going to let you guys know about it. And then we'll see, actually, because if I do get to have my seasoned FPV pilot who really knows what he's doing, if he lets me try one of his FPV drones, probably not the most expensive one, probably one tiny one, the Cine Whoops or whatever, the small ones that you can barely break. But then I will see the difference probably, I will see that difference for myself if that FPV is actually different from the FPV that DJI is offering. But I think it's a great step that DJI is doing. DJI is opening up the world for people that usually do GPS quadding and trying to get into FPV, Gregory B said, in your opinion, what's the better video editing software? I am a DaVinci Resolve guy. I came from Sony Vegas. I used Sony Vegas for almost 8.5 years. Then I was looking into new stuff. And at that time, Adobe Premiere had a lot of problems and crashes. So when I looked at it, I heard of the difference with DaVinci Resolve. So since I usually build my computers myself, my rig was very decent and was very powerful GPU. DaVinci Resolve is a very GPU power hungry program. So if your GPU is not strong enough, you're going to have problems with DaVinci Resolve, rendering and even editing itself. So far, so good. Knock on wood, 4K good. I would say DaVinci Resolve is the way to go for me because it's a standalone version. Once you pick up the studio version, any update afterwards is yours as well. So if you started off with 14, they're at 17 right now. You could upgrade without ever have to pay anything else. And that's what I like the most about it. And that's what makes it the best. Plus, they have Fairlight inside of their program. So Fairlight is an audio accelerator and an audio editing program. So you can edit your audio, your video, and your special effects all in one program. So that's why I believe that DaVinci Resolve is better than having Adobe Premiere. I mean, with Adobe Premiere, you're going to have Photoshop, you're going to have Adobe Premiere, you're going to have Lightroom, you're going to have Adobe After Effects, I believe. And those are all single standing programs, but you have to open them all up, edit the stuff in there, and then transfer or export, import, whatever, to get it into your final project. So I think DaVinci Resolve in my eyes is one of the best programs. I haven't not tried any other ones like Filmora, or there's so many other editing programs out there. And like I said, if you're not as comfortable of working with audio lines and audio tracks and video tracks and overlays, and you don't know the basic functions, my suggestion to everybody is get into Photoshop. Once you get into Photoshop, you almost can work any video editing software. Why? Because with Photoshop, you're working on layers, okay? And with layers, you're going to understand there's audio tracks and video tracks that overlay each other. And it's like an illusion. You put this here, you overlay the next one, you add the screen on this one, and you have an overlay on this. Then you're going to be able to move those around with the inspector tab on DaVinci, which is the properties. So that's why I think DaVinci Resolve is one of the best programs to work with. And I'm looking forward to it, to use it together with the DJI FPV system. So you got to post your first flight with the FPV. That is one big thing that I want to do. And I'm definitely not going to let you guys down. And I definitely going to do that as well. So tell Bacon I said, what's up, bros? Jedediah, okay. Yes, I will. For all you guys who don't know, Jake is Jake. Bacon is my piggy. He's right outside the door, so probably once in a while you guys hear him. Jake, so I gave up on FPV. I was tired of breaking and buying all the time, but I'm probably gonna jump on this train. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm not quite. Like I said, this DJI FPV system sort of gives you the opportunity of saving it. Like there's that I don't know what that help button, SOS button is, but it's supposed to have your drone hover and then probably just let your hands off the stick. With FPV itself, I believe you always got to have to use the sticks, and once you screw up, you're done. And I think that's what DJI is doing good on, but we'll see how that goes. Daniel Montoya says, stay away from the water until you get some practice. Never flown FPV before myself. Yes, water is not an option for me right now. It's going to be my backyard, which is half an acre, and it's going to be all my cars and all my obstacles around there to get used to all that stuff. I usually always do that with any drone. Ricardo says, and the self-proclaimed drone air marshals will interrogate you. Call the FAA over photo post perceptions without any laws broken. Some guys, man. Yes, you're always going to have the FAA police on social media. So that's why I refer not to post that much, but I'm also very careful on the video footage that I post. I just had one where I posted something, and just out of the blue, somebody showed up and said, "Oh, good job staying out of Class D airspace." And I was like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing. So why do we have to bring it up for?" And then you're like, "Oh, FAA can be sticklers." Who's the stickler, the FAA or you? So my screen went dark flying my Air 2. Assumed it had something to do with the 4 degree. Oh, negative 4 degree. Ooh, yeah. I hope nothing happened though. I hope your drone is fine. Then we have Freddie Herrera. Aloha, back to Colombia, my man. He's always around somewhere. And Lee Bisney says, yes, Filmora. See, so Filmora is one of the things that is available also for video editing. And that's a very good program as well, as far as I heard. And you have Final Cut Pro and all those things. So everybody's preference is different. For me personally, it was DaVinci Resolve. It just does so much more than other programs, and I'm really comfortable using it. And based on my channel, you guys can see the outcome of it. And I have so far have gotten very good response from people based on my editing. They like my editing, and I always try to improve better. And in this past video, I actually had a couple special effects that I bound in there, which worked out really great. And I learned a lot more doing it. And the more you do your editing program, the better you will get. It's a mix out of visual illusion, and it's a mix out of audio and audio effects and all that stuff. So that's why I have all those things. So most FPVs fly or crash, laugh out loud. Yes, and I think that's why if this new FPV is hopefully a step into a different direction where it's sort of like has that SOS button. Alphado's Luma Fusion is great for iOS, but I'm moving to DaVinci Resolve this Saturday. So excited. Hey, look forward to it. It's a great program, and like I said, it's very GPU hungry. So if you have a good PC with a good GPU, you will be very happy, because mine's on is in the settings and stuff. As soon as I set it up, oh, my light just went out, my backlight. So as soon as you set it up, it's great. Like, it's really great. It works out really good, and it has a quick rendering time as well. So. Michael Walk said, "I wish DJI made this a bit more smaller to the Skydio 2." Is the Skydio 2 that small? I mean, I don't know. Is it really that small? I wish DJI made this a bit more smaller. Huh. I actually assuming that it's not really that big, because the goggles are like, well, if you look at it, the goggles are like this big. So looking at the picture right here, looking at this picture right here. So if you have these goggles, you can fit these goggles like 1.5 times inside there. So the drone itself is probably only like going to be this big, like that's like, yeah, it looks more like it's going to be the size of my hand, which is, I think it's going to be as much as the Mavic Mini. Based on the picture that I'm looking at with the arms and stuff, it's going to be the size of the Mavic Mini. When you look at, yeah, it's going to be pretty much the size of the Mavic Mini based on that picture when you look at it. So yeah, we're gonna know more about that once it gets here. So it's supposed to be shipping out tomorrow from DroneWorks. I picked it up from there. Zach hooked me up. I called him up and I told him, "Hey, you guys gonna get that DJI FPV system in?" And he said, "Yes, we will. If you want, you can pay for it, and then it's gonna be the first one out." And I told him, "Yes, please." So, and I did, and I took the plunge just for you guys. So he said, because it's not exactly FPV, so a Skydio FPV hybrid would be awesome. Yeah, Skydio is an autonomous drone, so that thing does a lot of things on its own. So I have a gecko just walking right over here. Where are you going? Is he going to walk through the screen? No, he's not. He's walking right down my desk right now. Anyways, but yeah, I hope I answered all your questions. I just wanted to share with you guys what I got myself into. Wanted to tell you guys that if you guys haven't checked, oh, how much is it? Oops. Eddie Gray says, how much is it? So the FPV system itself is $1,300 or $1,250 something. If you just pick up the regular combo package, which comes with the goggles, the controller, and the drone, and then if you have the Fly More combo, it's going to have $1,598, and it's going to have extra batteries, extra propellers, and then some. So there's going to be some stuff inside there. So Batuna says, I use Filmore Pro, great program. By the way, I flew FPV drones with Fat Shark goggles, sold it after too many crashes, replacing props and antennas. I believe so. I totally believe so. So FPV has been known for crashing, building, crashing, rebuilding, crashing, rebuilding. And when people got really, really good at it, I mean, nobody can be a Mr. Steel. That guy has like cat-like reflexes, but it looks amazing if you have a really good action camera sitting on top. So that's why I like this FPV system from DJI. They try to combine all that stuff in there. So I'm really looking forward to what the footage is going to look like, or if it looks total crap, you know, because I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled from the Autel Evo 2, and the Autel Evo 2 Pro imaging is really good. So I probably have to more compare it to the DJI Mavic Mini, because the sensor probably is going to be around the same size and it's going to have 4K. So the Mini 2 came out with the 4K camera, and I think that's the type of camera that they put on this FPV system. So Eddie Gray says, any idea on flight time? Yes, the flight time on the FPV system is supposed to be in acro mode or in manual mode. When you go full blast, balls to the walls, kind of flying around, it's supposed to be 15 up to 15 minutes. And then if you don't use that and you just go with the regular GPS mode, it's supposed to be something in between 20 to 30 minutes. So depending on what you do to it. So Pocho says, my wife told me I gotta sell one to pick up another. We're gonna fight. Don't fight. Anytime you fight with your wife, you're gonna lose that battle, bro. Don't do it. Don't. Just be nice, like I did. This is gonna be my fourth drone, and it's gonna hopefully transfer me over to FPV. Don't fight with your wife. I do not encourage that. You know, I do not encourage bad behavior. So don't fight with your wife. I'm telling you that right now. I would not want to fight with my wife. I tell you that. All right, my guys. It's been almost an hour. I did not even expect that. We have 27 people here. I totally enjoyed this, and I totally appreciate you guys coming by. I know it was a super late. Man, Bob just wrote something. I'm using the free shortcut video editor, but as soon as I finish building a more powerful computer, the DaVinci Resolve building one I use too. Shortcut is good for low power systems. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I have no idea. I never tried it. DaVinci Resolve has been my next step after I did my Sony Vegas. So, but I appreciate you guys all coming by. I totally love that you guys swung by. It gives me a little bit more view time. Oh, and by the way, I'm only like, I think like 2,000 views away from 500,000 views. How is that, man? That's crazy. That's insane. That's totally insane. Look, I cannot even. You guys keep texting me over here. I cannot. Greetings from Puerto Vallarta, MX Shortcut Video Editor. Being a Linux, that's the best I've found in free. Oh, wow. Oh, so it's Linux based. Can the ultrasonic sensor of the Evo 2 be exchanged as a replacement part? I don't think so. I think you got to send it in. Because any of these sensors that are in here, and even the ones underneath, I don't think you can. I think you got to send it in. I think it's a warranty job, and it's probably going to cost you some dollars to change out that sensor. I have not seen any parts for this. Basically, seeing like this Paradigm Afi, there's parts all over. When you go onto the Autel groups and stuff, the only other way that I see, if you don't have the warranty or don't want to spend that much money, find a crashed one, find a crashed drone, buy it from them. Whoever crashed their drone, don't want to buy a new one. Look on the Autel websites. I mean, the Autel forum groups, Facebook groups, whatever. Find somebody who crashed theirs and ask them, hey, you selling your crashed drone? You're not replacing it or whatever if they don't have the care plan. And try to see if you can get the parts from that. That's probably something in the future that I'm going to be looking at. Somebody who was reckless with theirs or just had bad luck and it crashed or whatever reason it is that it crashed. I'm probably going to pick it up for parts. So I'll never buy that piece of crap. First crash and it's done. Which one? The Paradigm Afi, the Evo 2? No, tell your wife when you crash the first time, bro. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to tell her everything is fine, honey. But she's smart. She's going to ask me, where's the drone? Watch. Will Evo 2 blades work on Evo 1? As far as I know, if you guys haven't seen my video yet, but I tried out the Evo 1 propellers on the Evo 2, and I made a quick video about it. It was a short that my brother Jade would help me film. I do not see why not, because the Evo 1 propellers work on the Evo 2, and I would assume it's going to happen the same way around because the design is the same. It's just and the click-in system is the same as well. So I wouldn't see why not, but don't quote me on it. The best way to find that out is you just clip them on. Clip them onto yours and just arm it. And then once you arm it, just try take off softly with the stick and try see if she lifts off. If she lifts off, you'll fine. Just make sure that you inspect everything prior. The clip-in system is the same. So the Evo 1 propellers work for the Evo 2. I would not see why the Evo 2 propellers wouldn't work on the Evo 1, to be honest. I don't see why not, because they're actually bigger. They even might give you more flight time, because they have more carrying weight. So, and that concludes today's live stream. Any opinion on Movavi video editor? Only one I was able to get working with, not much problem. Movavi, I heard a lot of good things about it. There were a few guys that I know that actually using Movavi, and I don't even know if I say it right, but Mov AVI, it's pretty much that. Yeah, Jedediah K just said make sure they're clipped in good. Those propellers need to be clipped in good. The reason why he says that is when we did that video, I had him clipping the other side, and when I armed the drone, boom, that propeller just went go flying up, and we're like, what happened? So he didn't clip it in good. So just make sure you clip it in the correct way. So Oahu is now in COVID tier 3 now. So many more drones can hang out and fly. Yes. So yeah, definitely. This was it for today. It's been 1 hour, and I usually don't go over 1 hour. I appreciate all of you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'm going to see you guys when this bad boy comes in. I'm going to pop the video out. Still working on the commercial for the tablet. I'm going to do a head talk video on the tablet as well, just to give you guys a little bit more info on the tablet and more usage that I have done with it. And until then, I'll see you guys, my man. You guys have a good one. I know you guys keep texting me and say, don't go, but I have to go because my wife just came home too. I have to eat dinner, and you guys have to go sleep because I know you guys are way ahead of time. All right? Don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. I appreciate you all. Be a nice human, wear your mask, and wash your hands. Aloha, everybody.